We're here for the fourth edition of the Superior International Junior Hockey League Fort Frances Lakers weekly report brought to you by the Junior Hockey Network. The Lakers are coming off a rough 2-0 shutout loss to the third place Thief River Falls Norskies at home they're in their only game last week. Fort Frances goes into a busy week with 3 games in 5 days against the 4th place English River Miners on the 4th and 18th, as well as the 15th in Dryden against the first place Ice Dogs. The Lakers will meet the Miners on home ice to begin their week before playing in Kenora on the 18th for the Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada against English River. My guests today are none other than Fort Frances Laker coach Wayne Strachan and veteran forward Dylan Kooner. Wayne, will you talk a little bit about the 2-1 shutout loss in Fort Frances last week?
Tough game for us, kinda. Going into the game, obviously, short bench from the numerous injuries we have, and it didn't. I thought through the first period, we played decent. Had a little bit of jump, and it was kind of a back and forth period where they had some opportunities on the power play, and we probably had the best scoring opportunities with 2 breakaways and a pretty good chance on a 2-on-1, but we couldn't muster a goal past their goalie Budazani, who's played very well against us all year and very well for them, and a guy that has been a big part of their success, and he sure proved that. Friday night, in the second period, I thought we played a soft period. It looked like we were even a little bit weary or mentally fatigued, and just some bad decisions in our own zone, and allowed them, more puck possession time in our zone and opportunities. And so I didn't know how we'd come out in the third period. We had lost 2 guys through the game for penalties, and the bench was a little down, and but I thought we played a pretty strong period, especially the last 10 minutes. Kind of played with the urgency and drive that we need to at this time, and but we couldn't find the back of the net to help our cause, and then they get an empty netter with I think right at the buzzer. So it was definitely a tough loss with a team that we're hoping to make ground on, and but at this point, where we're at body wise and whatnot, I thought it was a pretty good effort by the team.
Now you have English River tomorrow night on the 14th, and then Dryden on the 15th, and then English River again on the 18th. Going into Dryden tomorrow night, you're facing the first place Ice Dogs in their barn. How do you guys get the win against the number 1 team in their barn on Wednesday?
Well, I think we just have to keep it simple. They're a team that plays with a lot of energy and an aggressive style game, and we need to keep things simple, whether it's in our own zone, being safe with the puck, keeping the puck moving, and using the boards to help us get out of our zone as quick as we can, and then through the neutral zone, making sure that we're getting pucks deep and not turning them over at their blue line, and slowing them down, I guess, their transition game down through the neutral zone in the middle of the ice. And then in their zone, when we have the puck, we have to be patient and get into our cycle game where we can control the boards and work from below the goal line up to the defenseman at the blue line, and we can ill afford get antsy or impatient and throw pucks away, because they'll jump on us and they'll be coming back quick at us. So if we can keep the game simple and obviously match their intensity for the 60 minutes, and obviously shut them down offensive-wise, we'll give ourselves an opportunity to have success.
Yeah, heading into Dryden, like we say, you mentioned and we've talked about them being a physical team. With them being the most penalized team in the league this season, how do you keep your guys disciplined when you go into the barn?
Well, I think we just have to think about what we can control, and that's our game. And we preach a lot of discipline here, and I think you can see that by the penalty numbers. But we also want to play hard, and the guys just have to stay focused on the task at hand and not get involved in anything after the whistle or be sucked into some of their guys who like to go into penalties or whatnot or get you off your game. And if we can concentrate on why we're there and what we need to do there, then usually things go our way. Actually, in actuality, the games against Dryden this year, they've played us really hard, but it's been clean hockey and some good games. So hopefully we can, I guess, rise to the challenge that we're going to face and go out for 60 minutes and see what we can do.
Now on the 18th, you face the English River Miners, but you're facing them in Kenora for the Scotiabank Hockey Day. With Hockey Day, and I know the game's not televised, but with all the festivities and everything that's happened, does that put extra pressure on the players?
I think maybe a little bit. I know there's an exciting feeling, I guess, around the room about the game. I hope that we're not focusing on it because we obviously play tomorrow night and Wednesday before we get there. So there's a little bit, I guess, added pressure. I'm sure there'll be clips of the game on CBC throughout. Obviously, Don Cherry and Ron McLean will be there, and the CBC staff. So might add a little pressure. It's a neutral kind of, I guess, event for both teams and an area where we want to kind of impress the community with the hockey product, and is there a potential expansion city in our area and a place that we'd sure like to add to the league. And but I think with that excitement and just the aura of the game brings out the best in the players, and hopefully once we get past our first two games, that's our focus, and we're going there to obviously maybe impress and play our game, and obviously against a team we would surely like to catch before the end of the year. So face-to-face or action against one another, very important. So I hope we realize that and can bring our A game to help our cause.
And probably excitement's probably the same in the other dressing room with the Miners too, right? Being young guys, it's something that they all just have to adapt to, right?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you there, Jay.
No problem. Like I say, it's probably the same in the other dressing room with the Miners. They're coming into a neutral city to face you guys. So again, it's another league game, but the excitement's probably the same being young men, right?
For sure, just the chance to be a part of the, I guess, special day in Kenora and what it means really to all hockey fans across the country with all the NHL teams playing that day and all the live coverage and so it'll be a good experience to be a part of and something that both teams and these young men can remember for the rest of their lives.
And not to end this edition on a downer, but like I say, you're going into the 5 days, 3 games. You're coming off a four game losing streak. As a coach, when you're going into the dressing room, how do you get the guys pumped up for this week?
Well, I think it starts today in practice. We have to have a good skate. We'll go through some flow drills at the beginning and a little bit of system work through the middle, and then we'll work on a power play, and it's something that we need to obviously get going. But right now, I think we got to keep it as positive as we can, and we've set some goals to reach by the end of the year, and we're gonna have a good talk about where we are at achieving them after practice today, but if we can keep it positive, keep them focused on working hard and understanding, I guess, what it takes at this time of the year to get prepared and to go out every game and give yourself the chance to win hockey games. Basically, that's all I think we can do, and I don't even know that we should be putting a big emphasis on the goals we want to reach right now, but we're going to talk about them. But in actuality, in the whole viewpoint, I think we just need to prepare ourselves to get better before our last game, March 17th, and prepare ourselves for really whatever place that we're going to be at the end of the season. I think it's safe to say that we're going to be in the playoffs, and once you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different game. But one thing we have to realize is that the light's just not going to turn on, and things aren't just going to become rosy or better just because it's playoff time. We have to start now to realize what it's going to take, solidify our systems, and then prepare ourselves for the end of the year here, and hopefully we can get out of this little losing streak as quick as possible, and maybe get back on a winning streak that we've had throughout this season. It's just we've been in some close hockey games, and we got to find a way to win them.
Well, Wayne, I can't thank you enough for being on the show, and make sure you join us for the second half of this week's edition of the Laker Weekly with Dylan Kooner of the Lakers. Thank you very much, Wayne.
Thanks, Jay.
We are here with Dylan Kooner, Abbotsford native, BC. He's a forward with the Fort Frances Lakers. How are you today, Dylan?
Good, Jay. How are you?
Good. With you going into you're in your third season with the Lakers, and you have the most points so far with 26 goals, 26 assists so far that you've had with the Lakers. What's different for this season?
Not a whole lot. I know that after last season that we lost Dylan Robertson and Nick Minerva, and I knew that I had to come in and kind of know my role and being and just pretty much being a top guy on the team, and I knew that I had to do that, and obviously I played on a good line with Vertanen and Bernie, and they kind of helped me out there. They put pucks in the net, and I just kind of go with my stick on the ice, and it makes things a lot easier for me, and it's just nice playing with them.
So picking up the pucks, like you say, don't want to put a label on you. So are you the garbage man on that line then?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, my goals aren't too pretty. I mean, to kind of go to the net with my stick on the ice and they just come. So
now, going into this week, you got 3 games in 5 days: 2 against English River and 1 against Dryden. With a 0-4 record in the month of February, not calling out any of your teammates, but what has to change heading into this busy week for you guys?
Just coming to the rink every day and playing a full 60 minutes. I mean, I don't think, in my opinion, that we've played a full 60-minute game this season. And I know we like to come out flat in the first period and take it up from there. But I mean, I think if we come to the rink every day and have that mindset of just playing a full 60 minutes, I don't think, no doubt that we can pull out 3 wins this week. So.
Now, again, not putting you on the spot, but being one of the leaders of the team, it's being your 3rd season in Fort Frances. Is it a little different this year compared to the last couple? Because usually you guys are used to being at the top of the standings compared to sitting in 5th. Is that a little bit different this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously me playing on 2 championship teams. I mean, losing maybe 20 games the last 2 seasons, and obviously it's a little different, but I mean, it's kind of a learning process too. I remember at the start of the year, just like I wasn't used to losing like a couple games in a row, and it was frustrating for me and I know some of the other vets, but it's just something that you just got to push through, and yeah.
So again, and Coach Strachan helps with that a little bit. Like say, he puts a lot of pressure on you guys, but on the other hand, he tries to help the veterans out to help you guys lead the rookies, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's I'm not afraid to go in there and ask him questions and stuff like that, and he's not afraid to express his feelings with me. So yeah.
So now you're headed in, like you say, you have English River tomorrow night, then you have Dryden Wednesday night. Going into their barn, like you say, what do you guys need to do to get the win? Like you say, they're one of the most penalized teams in the league, but how do you guys stay out of the box and say get that win coming out of Dryden on Wednesday?
I mean, obviously playing Dryden's it's a tough rink to play in, and they're obviously doing pretty well right now. And I know they had a good weekend, and I think just being disciplined. I mean, they like to play a dirtier game, and I think just staying away from their dirty habits and just sticking to our game. I think we'll be fine. I mean, going in there and just putting in a 60-minute effort, I think there's no doubt that we can't win Wednesday night.
And like I said, I was talking, like I said, Coach Strachan a little bit earlier, and on the 18th, you guys are headed to Kenora to face the Miners in the second game of the week. But you're playing in a neutral rink, but it's also Scotiabank Hockey Day. And again, is there a little bit added pressure knowing that, like you say, there will be clips of you guys from the game on TV afterwards and stuff like that? And is that a bit of the talk in the dressing room and add a little bit of pressure to you guys?
I don't think so. I mean, this has been circled on our calendars for a while now, so I don't think there'd be any added pressure. I mean, my family's coming down tomorrow. A lot of families are coming down for the game, so I think it'll be fun.
So it adds a little bit of pressure, and your family's flying in from BC?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, no, they watch all of my games online, so no, I don't think so. I mean, it'll be nice to see them, and then they'll get to see me play live for the first time in a while, so it'll be nice.
So, well, Dylan, I can't thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the season, and like I say, enjoy the 18th festivities in Kenora.
Yeah, thanks very much.
We'll talk to you later.
Yep.